Hey, it's Nancy from Nancy Chu Homes, Keller Williams, and J Metro Group. I take in a lot of economic news, and there is this drumbeat out there, and it's rising interest rates are causing soaring levels of inventory. This populates my dreams and my nightmares, and honestly is something that I fundamentally disagree with in my analysis of our local market. So here is the question. How do we really measure supply of inventory, okay? And there's a lot of what I consider sort of our hoary old chestnuts of answers, right? Low day on market, okay? Last time I checked in my primary market, 24 days, that's pretty low. Bidding wars. Wrote an offer yesterday expecting to go up against 4 or 5 other people. So bidding wars are definitely still happening. Rising home prices. Okay, do I even need to mention the NAR forecasting or the Zillow predictions, for instance, of how much the market is going to be up by the end of this year and how much the market's going to be up at the end of 2023? So we still seem to have rising home prices. And last of all, low months supply, okay? So as we all know, 6 months is considered a balanced inventory, okay, if it takes 6 months to sell the houses that are on the market right now. And nationally, I think it was at 2.2 months at the end of April this year. And that was up from 1.9 months in January, by the way. Some interesting facts. Did you know that a 1 month increase in month supply has roughly an effect of about a 3% reduction in annualized house annualized house price growth? When are we going to get to that 6 month supply? I don't know. I haven't seen that since like 2012. Let's talk about a couple of other ways to talk about supply. All right. Let's talk about vacancy rates. These are things we don't talk about a lot. Now, that would be a vacant rental or sale property that's currently on the market. And the last time I checked, we had enough homes to go around probably in like the late 1990s, early 2000s, according to the US Census data. But Q1 of this year rang in at vacancy deficits of about 1.76 million units, okay? And to counter that, in Q1, we had a projected new build of 1.72 million units that's for 2022. That was projected, okay, as of Q1. Now, think about this. If we had what we call no new household formations entering into the market for a rental or a purchase, and if we have like no loss of any current existing homes due to obsolescence, like in other words, we don't tear anything down, and if we put a stop to all secondary home buyers, like in other words, people buying for investment or for a vacation home, if we just put a stop to all that secondary market, then in a year we would have solved all of our inventory problems. Yay! Ha ha ha, ha 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 ha. I think we all know that a zero consumer entry into the market is not a real thing. And our inventory issues, they're going to plague us for years. Like, make no mistake, okay? Okay. Next item, let's talk about inventory turnover. Like, what percentage of American homes are for sale or for rent? Well, as of February of 2022, we had a record low of 1.09%. This is a really low in comparison to the historical average being 2.4%. And as of April of this year, which is I think last time we had data on this, we were at 1.15%, which means that there's 115 houses out of every 10,000 are for sale. Okay, just so you know, that is half of what we're accustomed to it being. So I'm trying to figure out where this flood of inventory is coming from. And okay, most importantly, let's touch on the idea of the new household formations, okay? Looking to rent or buy versus how much new home building that we're doing, okay? And new home building in this case, we're going to consider multifamilies, single families, condos, even manufactured homes. We're talking about new homes, okay? So things that are currently being built, and also new household formations. The idea behind this is if if, say, for instance, a couple who currently occupy one home, if they break up and they need individual homes, then we have now formulated two household formations because they require their own individual shelter, okay? So now, despite the fact that in 2020, according to the census data, we only had a new household formation of about 850,000 new, formations, right? New household units. That was probably due to COVID. People stayed put. They didn't go looking for new housing. They just sort of made do with what they had. They quarantined in larger family units, trying to wait it all out. But the pre-COVID trend, you guys, was already showing itself back then. So remember, those of you that remember, I showed you a chart last week of the inventory slide. Well, take a closer look. We know that new household formation demand has outpaced new shelter supply since 2008. You guys, we have been underbuilding since 2008. Had COVID not happened, we would still have been on the trajectory of being about 3 million units short by the end of 2023. I was asked why months supply looks like it's increasing, right? So, in other words, month supply may have been 1.9 months in January, but in April it was 2.2. Well, if month supply is increasing, isn't that a sign of more inventory coming on? That question was posed to me, and I truly do not think we're seeing a huge influx of homes. Now, however, due to the rising interest rate, I do think we're seeing a slight slowdown in the pace of sales, okay? Sales pacing of the market. So if houses are starting to drift upwards of past 30 days on market, then those houses read as inventory, because prior to the rate hikes, houses were coming on and off the market so fast, like within that 30-day period, like they'd come on January 15th and be gone by January 17th, like that. If they come on and off during the same 30-day market period, it's so fast that it doesn't register as inventory past 1 month. So this slightly more calculated pacing, everyone's taking a little bit deeper breath, it's going to increase the month supply, which is units over months. But that's not an indicator of overall inventory numbers, which are still low. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you don't, feel free to call me. You can reach out anytime. I'll talk you through it. 917-992-3098. That's my cell. Yeah, I'm giving you my direct cell. Listen, all signs point to get into your home before the prices push past your reach, because inventory continues to be outpaced by demand. All right, guys. Listen, if you watch our videos, please like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week, where I'm sure I will have more and more esoteric information for you guys.